Hello, soul family. Welcome to Spiritual Manifestation. If this is your first time, welcome in. And if you've been here before, I'm so glad to have you home. This is a timeless divine masculine and divine feminine reading, which means if you found it, Spirit made sure you were meant to. So trust that. Breathe into that. Now let me just open up and feel into the energy that's coming through right now. And whoo, it's heavy. The moment I tapped in, I saw waves of red, orange, and yellow flooding in, lower chakra energy lighting up like wildfire. This feels like pure intensity. There's anger here, frustration, jealousy, even envy. And it's not subtle, it's loud. And the thing is, it's not just directed at your masculine. It's not just about you either. It's about the connection between the two of you. That union, the bond, the love, the light you share. It's triggering a lot of darkness around you. It's that kind of love that doesn't just stay quiet in the corner. It radiates. It demands to be felt. And because of that, it's drawing in attention, both light and shadow. So if you've been feeling emotionally stirred, randomly irritated, or even sensing energetic attacks that feel confusing or unexplainable, you're not imagining it. There's spiritual noise around your connection. And today we're going to look into that. Let's pull the first card and see what Spirit wants to show us. I just pulled the Emperor, and that makes so much sense with what's coming through right now, because this is all about power, control, and how the divine masculine has been showing up in certain connections, especially the ones that were built on survival, not love. Let me tell you what I'm getting. Spirit is being really clear about this one. Your masculine has been with a karmic partner, not a soulmate, not someone who's here to grow and evolve with them. It's karmic. This connection has been full of lessons, cycles, and hard truths. And that karmic, they've been trying to change this masculine for a long time. I mean, really pushing, trying to get him to act a certain way, to step up, to give more, to finally see their worth. But here's the thing, he hasn't wanted to, not for them. I keep hearing the words bare minimum. That's all the karmic ever got from this masculine. The effort was small, the emotions were flat. It's like he was just going through the motions. And honestly, they've been in that loop for a while. But now that you've entered the picture, Divine Feminine, everything shifted. This karmic is watching from the outside and seeing your masculine give you things they could never get. And it's not just bothering them, it's crushing them. I can hear it in their energy. That voice saying, "Why her? Why do you do all that for her but not for me?" It's pain mixed with anger, jealousy mixed with heartbreak. They're not just mad, they're devastated. Because what you bring out of this masculine, they tried for years and never reached. And you want to know why it's different? Because you're different. You don't settle. You don't lower yourself just to stay connected. You don't beg. You know your worth, and you hold it with grace and strength. If he wants to be with you, he has to rise. He has to grow. He has to show up in ways he's never had to before. And he's actually willing to do that for you, because your love feels real to him. It feels pure. It feels like destiny. The karmic, on the other hand, lowered their standards. They stayed in something that didn't feed their soul. They kept accepting crumbs and hoping that somehow, one day, it would turn into more, but it didn't. And what hurts even more is seeing that now he is becoming that better man, but for someone else. Divine Feminine. The reason this masculine wants to do better isn't just because of some outer pressure. It's because of the energy you hold. You see yourself as sacred. You treat yourself like you're divine. You don't chase love, you embody it. And that reflection, it's what teaches him how to rise. He knows if he mistreats you, you'll walk. You'll leave without flinching. And that's something no one else ever showed him. He's never had to work for love before. But with you, he wants to. And here's the deeper truth. Spirit is showing me that the karmic was operating from a place of desperation, doing whatever they could to be seen, to be loved, to feel valued. But that energy only pushed the masculine further into resistance. Because love doesn't beg, love doesn't demand proof, love inspires. You didn't force this masculine to shift, you simply were the shift. And that's what makes you unforgettable. Moving on, I just pulled the Queen of Pentacles. And that energy fits so perfectly with what's coming through right now. Because this part of the reading is all about what real divine feminine power looks like, and how that power is creating a ripple effect in your masculine's world. Here's what I'm seeing. The karmic partner has never stepped into their own power. They haven't claimed their sovereignty. They've been stuck in fear, codependency, and insecurity. And when someone's operating from that kind of energy, it creates a loop that feeds on lack. They haven't been pouring into themselves, haven't been honoring their own value. And because of that, they've been trying to pull more and more from your masculine, more attention, more love, more energy. But it's never felt like enough, and the truth is, he's not even trying to give more because he doesn't feel inspired to. What makes the difference with you, Divine Feminine, is that you don't chase, you don't beg, you detach when something doesn't feel aligned, you walk away when you're not being valued, you pour into yourself first. And because of that, your energy is full, it's nourishing, it's magnetic. You don't just attract love, you inspire it. People feel better just being around you. They feel challenged in the best kind of way because your boundaries aren't walls, they're invitations for others to rise. Your masculine sees this, he feels it, and he knows that in order to meet you where you are, he has to evolve. Not because you told him to, but because his soul wants to. He's not changing for the karmic, he never did. But he is changing for you because your love shows him who he wants to become. And now there's this wave of tension building in the karmic dynamic. I keep hearing the word resentment, loud and sharp, like something crashing through the room. The karmic resents the masculine for loving you. The masculine resents the karmic for draining him. It's become a cycle of emotional noise, arguments, yelling, blaming, and you're the center of the storm, not because you created it, but because your light exposed it. Your masculine sees it now. He sees the difference. The karmic feels like a weight, always needing, always clinging, always asking for more than he wants to give. And the more he's around that energy, the more he realizes he doesn't feel like himself when he's there. It's draining, it's heavy, and it's not what his heart wants. The wild thing is, this isn't even about comparison. It's about clarity. He's learning what feels true. And what feels true is you. That quote from the show you watched, it fits so well here. Because when a man meets someone who inspires him to change, not because she asked him to, but because her presence alone awakens him, that's how he knows. That's how he realizes this is love, that you are the one. The karmic still has their own lessons to face: self-worth, detachment, stepping into their own light. That's their soul's journey. But your masculine, he's on a new path now. And it starts with the way you've shown him what real love looks like. Let's pull the next card and see what comes through next. Now, I just pulled the Justice, and right away, I felt the full weight of what that means in this moment. Your masculine is beginning to truly wake up, not just to the connection with you, but to the consequences of staying in something that's no longer aligned. It's like the fog is lifting, and he's realizing just how far off track he's drifted by keeping himself tied to a dynamic that's built on fear. This card isn't just about legal contracts or fairness in the material world. It's spiritual alignment. It's truth. And your masculine is finally hearing his. Divine feminine, your energy is sacred. And you don't just carry that sacredness like a title, you live it. You move like someone who honors her own spirit, someone who protects her energy, someone who doesn't hand her love to anyone who isn't ready to receive it with care. Your masculine feels that. He knows it in his gut that you're different. You're not just rare, you're irreplaceable. And that's why he can't get you off his mind, no matter how much chaos is happening around him. Now let's talk about that chaos. Because the karmic partner, they're trying hard to match you, to mimic your calm, your grace, your inner light. But no matter how much they try to imitate, it doesn't work. Because it's not rooted in real healing. They haven't done the inner work to hold that kind of frequency. And your masculine can feel the difference. He can sense when something is true and when it's forced. He may not have had the language for it before, but now he's starting to see it all clearly. There's so much energy moving through the lower chakras right now: fear, anger, frustration. These are survival energies, and both your masculine and the karmic are feeling it. Fear of being alone, fear of not being enough, fear of letting go of something familiar even when it's painful. But here's the key difference. Your masculine is trying to move through that fear, while the karmic is clinging to it. And that's what's creating all this friction. Arguments, emotional outbursts, silence that turns heavy, loud words that carry desperation underneath. It's becoming too much. And your masculine is thinking deeply about all of it. He's having those late night realizations. He's watching how he feels lighter in your presence and drained when he's not. He's noticing how your love inspires him while the karmic dynamic keeps him small. And he's beginning to understand that you are showing him who he really is, while that other connection has only ever mirrored who he used to be. He's tired of pretending, tired of performing. He wants peace. And he's realizing that peace lives wherever you are. Right now, he's strategizing, thinking long and hard about what needs to change, how to speak his truth, and what actions he has to take to step into a life that finally feels like his. This is no longer about choosing between two people. It's about choosing between staying stuck and choosing growth, between living in fear and walking in truth. The Justice card is here because Spirit is making it very clear. The scales are tipping, and your masculine is being called to make a choice, one that aligns with his heart and with you. Let's see what the next card reveals, because this energy is just beginning to unfold. I just pulled the Nine of Cups, and the moment I saw it, I could feel the truth settle in deep. Because this card, it's about emotional clarity, about knowing what lights up your soul and finally admitting it to yourself. And your masculine, divine feminine, has never been more certain. You are his wish, not just someone he admires from a distance. You are the one he dreams of, the one he's been quietly wishing for through every moment he pretended he was fine without real love. Right now, I'm seeing a very real separation unfolding. For many of you, your masculine is going through a breakup or divorce, or some kind of ending that involves formal paperwork or final decisions. This isn't surface level drama, it's karmic closure. He's signing things, letting go. And it's not just because things are hard, it's because his soul is telling him this chapter is over. And what's pulling him forward isn't just escape, it's you. He sees you as someone sacred, someone full of love, but never desperate, someone who holds space with strength. And that moves him. The more you've poured into yourself, the more radiant you've become in his eyes. You've focused on your healing, your growth, your path, and that's what makes you magnetic. He sees you going after your dreams, caring for your heart, honoring your worth. And it's that energy that holds his heart now. And I mean that literally. In his mind, you're the one holding it. Please don't drop it, is what I keep hearing him say. Keep it safe. But not everyone is happy about that. The karmic feels the shift. The jealousy is real. There's an anger coming from that direction that's sharp, even aggressive. You may not see it directly, but your masculine is feeling it, and he's having to navigate that emotional storm while trying to keep his focus on healing and moving forward. It's not easy. There's a lot of pressure, but he's staying grounded the best he can because his heart is already with you. And he knows it's love because he wants to show up. He wants to give. He wants to protect this. And the biggest sign of all, he wants to be better. He wants to deserve the love he feels from you, not take it for granted, not run from it, but become the version of himself that you already see in him. He's also starting to realize that love, real love, doesn't require suffering. It doesn't demand that he lose himself just to keep someone else secure. You've shown him that it's possible to be loved and still have space, to be held without being caged. That lesson alone is shaking his entire foundation because he spent so long thinking love had to be dramatic or difficult or filled with tension. But now, through you, he's learning that peace isn't boring. It's what his soul has been begging for. And the way you love without needing to control, that's what's making him want to protect it even more. And deep down, he knows he's at a crossroads. He can keep repeating old patterns, or he can step into the version of himself that you've already believed in. And that belief, that unwavering energy you've carried even in silence, is becoming his compass. He's looking at you and thinking, if she sees something in me, maybe I'm not broken after all. That kind of faith changes a man. It melts defenses, dissolves fear, and calls the soul forward. And he's hearing it now, loud and clear. The pull to grow, the pull to heal, the pull to finally choose love. And this time, he wants to choose it right. He wants to choose you. I feel strongly that your presence has helped him open his heart space, not just romantically, but emotionally, spiritually. He's been numb for a long time, but with you, he feels again. With you, he believes again. And even if he's dealing with noise and anger from the karmic, he's clear about one thing. His future isn't there. It's with the one who holds his heart gently, and that's you. Let's pull the next card and see what Spirit wants to reveal next. I just pulled the Seven of Wands, and the moment this card came through, I felt it in my chest. Your masculine is standing their ground. For the first time in what feels like forever, they're no longer shrinking to keep others comfortable. They're not folding under pressure. They're finally saying, "This is what I want, and I won't apologize for it." And what they want, Divine Feminine, is you. That decision is becoming clearer by the day, and they're willing to defend it now, even when it's messy, even when it's hard, even when it means upsetting people they used to tiptoe around. Your masculine knows your heart is pure. That's something they've always admired about you. Your intentions, your energy, your presence. You don't manipulate. You don't play games. You don't demand. And that freedom, that lightness, that's something they've never had before. Around you, they feel safe to breathe. They feel like they can actually hear their own thoughts. They feel seen without judgment. And that contrast has never been louder than it is right now, especially as things get more tense with the karmic. There's so much noise happening behind the scenes. The karmic dynamic is heavy, fueled by fear, control, bad behavior, and emotional chaos. And honestly, it's become embarrassing. That's the word that keeps ringing through. Your masculine doesn't feel proud of that connection anymore. In fact, they feel the opposite. It's hard for them to even introduce this person to the people they care about. There's discomfort, there's shame, and that's heartbreaking in its own way. But it's also eye-opening, because at the same time, they think about you, and you bring them pride. They imagine introducing you to friends, to family, and feeling honored to say, "This is her. This is the one I've been telling you about. You're graceful, you're composed, you carry yourself with such grounded beauty." And that makes them feel more like themselves. You make them want to walk taller. You don't pressure them to change, but your presence inspires growth. They can't help but want to rise around you, and that's how they know they love you, because it's not about trying to earn something. It's about becoming who they're meant to be. Right now, your masculine is dealing with pushback. The karmic may be resisting this change, maybe even refusing to sign documents or let go. But your masculine, he's not backing down. I see him seeking legal advice, planning his next move, even if it's hard or emotional. The decision has already been made in his heart. He knows the love he's been in was one-sided. It was unrequited. He gave what little he had left, but it never felt whole. And now that he's felt what love is supposed to feel like, with you, there's no going back. The energy is fast, too. He's not dragging his feet on this anymore. This isn't the same old indecision. This is movement. You may feel his energy pulling toward you, even if he's not reaching out yet. That's because in his heart, he's already made the shift. And all he wants now is to clear the path, get everything aligned, so he can come to you with clean hands and a clear conscience. But here's the thing I want you to remember, Divine Feminine. Your light has triggered all of this, not because you demanded anything, but because you are everything. And even in silence, he feels your love. He misses his angel. He knows he can't find your spirit anywhere else. And that realization, it's changing everything. Let's pull the final card and close this reading with what Spirit wants you to know next. I just pulled the Lovers, and that says it all, doesn't it? Because right now, everything is coming down to a choice, a sacred one, a soul-aligned one that's not based on comfort or fear or history, but on truth, on love. Your masculine has finally reached a point where they're not just thinking about change, they're embodying it. Because they've come face to face with the reality that the life they've been living isn't the life they want anymore. And they're choosing differently now, they're choosing you. But let's talk about what's happening with the karmic energy for a moment, because Spirit is making it clear that there's a lesson unfolding there too. This karmic partner is being shown, possibly for the first time in a long time, that chasing love from a place of desperation leads to destruction, not devotion. The universe is nudging them, maybe even shoving them into the path of self-respect, detachment, and healing. They're being asked to finally look in the mirror and realize they've been settling, that they've been trying to force something that was never built on real love. And now it's falling apart. Your masculine has realized the love just isn't there anymore. It's unreciprocated. There's no spark, no warmth, no future vision that excites them. It's codependent, it's restrictive, and it's kept both of them stuck in a loop that neither of them were truly growing from. They've had to face the hard truth that staying would mean continuing to live a life where they don't feel seen, respected, or genuinely loved. And now, they're done with it. They want more. They want something real. And what they want is you. Because they know now that what you two share isn't just chemistry or comfort, it's soul level. You are the one they've been calling in, even when they didn't realize it. You are the answer to their quiet prayers, the peace they've been craving. You're not just the woman who makes them feel better. You're the one who makes them want to be better. And that's what makes the difference. You're not here to fix them, to pressure them, or to demand anything. You love freely. You love openly. And that has shown them what love is supposed to feel like. What's so beautiful about this shift is that it's not coming from guilt or regret. It's coming from clarity. Your masculine isn't trying to escape the past just to run into something new. He's moving with intention now. He's been doing the work, asking the hard questions, sitting with his own feelings instead of avoiding them. And with each honest moment, he keeps landing in the same place. You. The love he feels for you doesn't just feel romantic. It feels like truth. It feels like healing. And that truth is what's helping him cut the final ties to what no longer serves his soul. And there's something else he's realizing, something that's been growing stronger with every passing day. He sees now that he was never broken. He was just buried under expectation, under other people's needs, under fear. But your love, It's been the light pulling him up from under it all. You never asked him to be perfect. You just saw him clearly, even when he didn't see himself. And now, he's starting to believe in the version of him that you already believed in all along. That belief is powerful. That belief is sacred. And it's what's pushing him to not just dream of change, but become it. There's no more pretending, no more settling, no more dragging his feet in places his soul has already outgrown. What you've shown him is that love doesn't demand, it invites, it doesn't control, it expands. And that's why you feel like home to him, because with you, he feels safe to grow, safe to rest, safe to choose. And that's exactly what he's doing now. He's choosing love. He's choosing peace. He's choosing you, not because he has to, but because his soul has never been more certain of anything in this lifetime. This masculine is leaving behind a long-term situation, maybe even a marriage, that was rooted in old patterns, wounds, and fear of being alone. But they're learning now that being alone is better than being unloved. They're discovering that love shouldn't feel like a prison. It should feel like breath, like flow, like choice. And the more they reflect on you, the way you hold space, the way you trust, the way you don't force, they realize they've never felt more understood, more at home than with you. Okay, this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. They look at you and see peace, strength, patience, a woman who lives through her heart and doesn't chase validation, a woman who creates love simply by being love. And that softens them, that fills them with a kind of strength they didn't even know they needed. Because when someone gives you freedom, you don't want to run, you want to stay, you want to give. And that's exactly what your masculine is finally ready to do. He misses his angel. He misses your energy, your grace, your kindness. And more than anything, he misses how he felt when he was with you. Seen, safe, inspired, whole. If this message resonated, be sure to hit that like button on your way out. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future readings. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.